Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Kråkan, so welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast, where I pick a game I played for a week and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is The Old Man's Journey. It was released in 2018 and it's a graphic adventure puzzler developed by Broken Rules and also published by Broken Rules, and also there'll be spoilers up ahead, just so you know. But first, a little backstory. So I looked into the category Unique on PSN and I found this game for basically nothing, and that's why I picked it. So this game starts with a bunch of logos and then cutting to the main title, and you just start to play. So a mailman arrives with a letter to an old man living beside the sea on a cliffside. So the old man opens the letter that he got and he goes inside his house to prepare for a long journey, and that's the whole point of the game. So with the left stick you move a cursor on screen, and with the X button you make the man go to that location. So I checked around a bit. You can click on things. I went down a flight of stairs around or near his house, and I clicked a bunch of seagulls to interact with them, and that's what you do in this game. You click on things to progress. And after walking a bit, the man needs to sit down because he's obviously old and tired. So he sits down under a tree on a bench and watches a young couple on a roof, and then he has a flashback. So the flashbacks kind of tells the story of what happened in the past, which is kind of obvious now that I think about it. And later the man moves on. You have to hold and drag hills and landscapes in order to move on, and he skips between layers, which is the puzzle mechanic. So if you want to reach a higher point, you have to move down a hill in order for him to get there. It's kind of interesting that he, this old man is some kind of wizard or something and can terraform the landscape. At least I think that's kind of funny. So the old man continues to move on, and he moves up to like a small village where I, or him, started to follow a cat. And then later up there's a hotel where he needs to sit down and rest a bit again, and he sits beside a dog and a musician, and a car arrives, and the old man has a flashback to when he was younger, sitting with a girl on the top of a roof watching a sunny view. And then it's nighttime, and the next day the journey continues. So I found two guys playing cards, Hugo and the Vagabond, and it's a trophy type to that. And later up there's a puzzle where you need to fall down waterfalls and watch a couple of guys trying to drag a boat out of the water, and you help them by clicking the crane and so on. And then there are more flashbacks, and then there's a water and bridge puzzle. And then the old man gets on a boat going across a lake to another dock where he encounters a fisherman, and then he sits down to rest again, and then he has a flashback to a wedding with a pregnant girl. I guess it's his wife. And then the old man gets on a train, and the funny thing about this part is you have to move the rails as the trains are moving, so you have to adjust the landscape while the train is going. And while inside the train there's an old man and a girl, and the man has a flashback to one of his own kids, I guess. And then he gets off the train and tried to guide some sheep, and I got stuck in this part because you need to move the sheep around in order to progress, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I had enough playing this game this week. It was a fun little casual experience. So, gameplay. You play as an old man on a journey, reminiscing about his past and solving environmental puzzles. Control, the left stick moves the cursor around, and the X is interact. And if you hold the X button while holding a train, you move that train around. Graphics. So this game was made in the Unity engine, and it has a colorful art style like pastel colors, and everything is drawn in layers like a cartoon style. Sound and music. So I can't say the composer's name, but I can spell out the letters. So SCNTFC made the soundtrack for this game, and it's an ambient music track that reflects the world around it. Easter egg seekers and glitches. So there are achievements tied to interacting with the environment, and one of them is frog choir. So you just click on frogs and make them sing. In conclusion, I wrote, yes, try it. It's a chill, casual experience. So the game has a chill vibe, and it has a nice art style to it. The music is there in the background, and I basically picked it up for nothing. So it's a short game that can be completed within 2 hours, and it might not be for all, but at least I enjoyed it. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.